Good afternoon. Welcome back to another of these bizarre videos. This time, look at the time on the right. It's 4:22 PM. I'm recording in the daytime. Look outside, I can still see the beautiful bright blue sky. No, I can't. It's grey. It's grey outside. The weather is crap, as it has been all week, but hey, I'm not doing crap. Anyway, just to recap, at the end of the last video, I was in the end city, and I was about to leave, and I said, I'll start again next episode at home. But on the way back to the place where you throw the ender pearl and get back here, I found another end city, and I thought, oh well, I might as well loot it. Got a few bits of armor, and this is what I've collected. I'll put a picture of the end city that I found on the screen right now. Isn't that large? And I've been trying to think, and I just made a grindstone just 2 moments ago because I'm trying to think what armor is worth keeping and what's not. So obviously I want to keep the mending here and the mending here. This is protection 4 and breaking 3. So I guess I should grind these, as it were. So do I just? It's been a while. Just pop it in and I get a bit of... Yeah, it's not bad. How do you combine things? You need an anvil, don't you? Let's see if I can make an anvil. What happens if we do this? We have sharpness 4, knockback, unbreaking, and mending. Okay, and we'll call it something. We'll give it a name. What should we call it? So we'll just call it Richard. Right. Okay, look at that for a source. Sharpness 4, unbreaking 3, mending, and knockback. Okay, awesome. Right, I made a note. Sorry, I'm in a bit of a shambles today because I'm really hot in my room and I'm sort of losing my mind a bit. And, yeah, I'm in a bit of a chaos. But I made a list of a few things that I want to talk about. So I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I think last episode I was talking about worry for mock exams, I think. Anyway, I got those grades back and I was chuffed to bits with them. So that's, I'm thankful about that. And I also, 3 days ago, I had my jazz saxophone exam, which I may or may not have mentioned in the past, but I got a distinction in that, which again I was chuffed to bits with, as it were. And yeah, I really didn't expect it. I was very surprised by that, but obviously very happy about it too. You know what? I'm going to make a thing for the dragon egg. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make like a cool looking place for the dragon egg. I'll do that while talking. And yes, something that happened quite a while back, it might have been 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago even, but I forgot to mention. So to cut to the chase with it, I am half Korean, not by citizenship, just by blood, if you want to say that. How tall is this too? But I was born... You know what, I probably shouldn't say my birth year, so I won't say it, but my father became a British citizen the year before I was born, and only got rid of his Korean citizenship the year after I was born. So technically I was born to a Korean citizen, which apparently, for some reason... Oh my days. Oh my word. Which apparently, for some reason, means I am a Korean citizen, which therefore means I'm entitled... Well, I need to do military service, apparently. Now, I think that's what it means. So yeah, that's... It means that all my life I've never truly known that I was Korean, and it's almost funny in a way. Because, I've always said, I may be Korean by nationality, or no, by blood, but, I'm not Korean by legality, but turns out I am, which means that in a couple of weeks, I think, I need to rescind. Is that the word? Give back? I don't know. But anyway, get rid of my Korean citizenship, as it were, and become the true British Australian I am. We should put something on this. Lovely. We'll get a few end rods. I've dotted a few end rods about. And I put the dragon head there as well. I think that's a really good place for it. Yeah, look at this. Doesn't this look fancy? Wow. Anyway, that's something that happened recently, which I thought was interesting. You know, I think last week, the last week I've had is probably one of, if not the busiest week of the year so far. But I managed through it. I have managed through it, and it's been chaos, but it's been sort of organised chaos. I've been able to manage it, which isn't how I usually am. It's not how I used to be. I used to just let everything sort of, you know, burden me down, just crash down upon me. But yeah, I'm very happy. One thing I do want to do is to make a full enchanting table setup, but because I planted sugarcane so late, I don't fully have the facilities to do that, so I might go around getting some sugarcane. But first, let's deal with these pillagers. Right, I've put it down here. I think that's an alright spot. I don't want to put it at the front of the house because I don't want to ruin the look of it, you know. But yeah, the reason I got some wood is because I think it's time to expand, or at the very least make some renovations. And I'm thinking of a chest room about here. So let's dig it out. You know, I might give that efficiency pickaxe that I had in the shulker box and give that a whirl. Alright, let's see what this is like. I'm excited. I'm just going to make it like this place like a general place where just things happen. You know, it's going to be my doing stuff room. But yeah, to get onto the main topic that I was thinking of talking about, which, I don't know, it's taken me a while to get to this point because I've touched on it briefly a couple times, but I've never fully gone into it in detail. No, I don't know whether to use the word love or to use the word romance. I think romance is more appropriate. But yeah, I don't know. I had a brief dip into it, if you can say that, about a year and a half ago, up till about 6-7 months ago. Needless to say, it didn't end cleanly, but I'm not planning on going into that per se. But it's, you know, one does get lonely at times. You know, it's not like desperate loneliness or sadness. They're usually just brief passing moments of, you know, you see something on the internet and you think, oh, that's nice. A bit jealous, but oh well. It's usually just brief moments of that, but you know, every now and then when you're just alone in your room and you're just thinking, you think, it'd be nice. Would be nice. You know, and I've been getting that just more and more lately as it becomes an increasing time since I was in a relationship. Mind you, to be very clear, I don't miss that. That was awful, and I don't plan on going back to that sort of style of relationship. Maybe it's I don't know. Increasingly, as time goes on, I've thought recently I wouldn't mind, or you know, like I could live with staying single for you know, I've been saying forever, but yeah, forever. Like, it'd be great, you know, if my brother had a kid and I could be like the cool uncle, and I'd have lots of disposable income because I wouldn't be spending it on my own children, so I could be the cool rich uncle that, you know, spends money and buys cool things for the kids and all that. For my nieces and nephews. But then I don't know. I haven't got to this point, but I'm imagining at some point everybody feels like they want to have children. I haven't had that feeling yet. I often say that I don't want children, and I don't think I particularly do. I doubt I'd make a good father. I think because I get, I don't know, distracted, or I wouldn't be able to give the full attention that children would deserve and need. I don't know, maybe I'm being modest, but that's just the way I feel about it, you know. But anyway, yeah, back to the point of romance. It's hard. I think this is really ugly, but I'm very much can't be bothered to change it. So this is how we're having it up here. Oh yeah, it does get lonely at times. And I think it's mainly from what I see on like TikTok. You know, you get a few relationship TikToks in a row, and then you think, why in God's name is this on my For You page, you know? This couldn't apply to me any less at this current point in time. When does one find the one? I've never done research into like the average age of finding the person that you end up spending your life with, but I'd imagine it's somewhere in your late 20s, is what I'd guess. So there's a long time to go, for me at least, you know. And because I am quite, I don't know, I describe myself as arrogant quite often. And I think maybe not arrogant, but more self-absorbed, where I spend quite a lot of time thinking of myself. So I feel like that's what kind of makes me not a good partner, you know. I worry about, as a people pleaser, which I've probably talked about in the past, the fact that I'm a people pleaser. I spend too much time wondering or worrying how I come off to others, rather than truly caring about others. And obviously, you know, I do try to care, and I do care indeed about others. But it's when it comes to a relationship, that kind of time and energy and devotion necessary, I often think I don't possess it in its entirety, or in its necessary capacity. I never knew this was here. Which would lead me to believe that I wouldn't be the perfect partner. And it also comes down to, it would have to be whoever one ended up with, to be someone who appreciated like the little kinks, the little, you know, idiosyncrasies, if I can use that word, of who I am. That's an awful tree, because I'm not, and I suppose everybody thinks this. You know, I'm not the most normal. I am who I am. Will there ever be someone who loves and appreciates me for that fact that I am who I am? In this current stage, I can't really see that being the case, but I'm sure it will be the case at some point. But yeah, sorry if this is turning into a bit of a depressing drab of a video. But to be quite frank, it's just what's on my mind, you know. I don't know. I make it sound sad, but really, I don't mind being single. In fact, it's actually quite good, because you know, when I am in a moment of stress, of worry, I only really need to be worrying about myself in that moment, and I can find support from the people around me, friends, family, so on and so forth, and then it can all be good. Whereas maybe this is just my experience of a relationship, and it probably is. I'm 99% sure that it probably just is me, but it became sort of a burden on me, because I don't know. I won't go into over detail, but this person, if I didn't give her 100% of my time, even when I was going through it, like with my migraines and all that, it should be quite horrible to me. And that wasn't great, you know. That wasn't great. So maybe a relationship should be something that builds you up, not pulls you down. And for me, it was something that pulled me down, as it were. So, you know, at the end of it all, does the person for me exist out there? I have no doubt that they do. But they just haven't made themselves, they haven't shown themselves quite yet. But I'm sure that time will come. I'm almost certain it will. And perhaps it is better for it to be sooner rather than, no, later rather than sooner, because of my current state, as it were. You know, I'm a bit all over the place, obviously. So I think I'm going to put all sort of stone related things in here, all wood related things in here. I could put like dirt at the bottom here, soul sand. I could put nether things. I'll put nether things in a chest, yeah. Oh, I actually have nether wart. Oh, you know what, I can plant that. 20 nether wart, where can I plant it? Imagine getting a seedy place from nether wart. It's quite funny. Yeah, there's the nether wart farm. I'll make that look nicer in the future. But for now, we've got an iron door to place. Right, I really need the item frames because I'm going to lose track of all this stuff. Do I have leather? Yes. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That should be it. Nice. That's coming together very nicely. Right, I think I'm going to put sort of animal, non-hostile mob, and sort of seeds, horticultural things in a specific chest, which can be this one up here. So I'll put I don't know what I put. I'll put this because it looks pretty. God, that was quick. Jeez. Only took 2 shots. And I tell you what, I'm actually going to keep the elytra in here until later because I don't need it really right now. Nice. Look at that. I'm proud of myself for that. And now I reckon we try and decorate. I'm going to get a horse as well. Let's get a horse. I've got a saddle and I've got some sort of horse armor, I'm pretty sure. Horse armor, saddle. Let's get a horse. And to jarringly get back to what I was talking about earlier, it took me, and I tell you what, I say it took me, and to be quite frank, it's still taking me time to get over the events that sort of ended my previous relationship because, oopsie daisies, it really did take quite a harmful toll on me, I think. You know, it was messy, and not in the footballer sense, you know. It was chaotic. It was back of the net, right? Saddle. See how fast you are. If you're fast enough, you'll get the job done. Right, let's go. You can't jump. You can jump. Can you jump 2 blocks is the question. And I think that probably is contributing to my lack of hope romantically. Alright, I'm gonna go home. This is faster. This is good. This is good. It's gonna be difficult to get you over, but we'll try. Oh, and that's me off. It's been a while since all that took place, and still it clouds my mind every now and then, I tell you. Not even joking. Like today, I was sat in church, and it just, honestly, it pounced on me, something that I hadn't thought about in a while, and it just came into my mind. And it took me by surprise, to be honest. It was, you know, I went back when I shouldn't have done, and that just led to more harm at the end of the day. So it was, I'll be honest, I'll put my hands up and say I did make silly decisions, you know. We haven't given him a name. I think I'll call him Timothy. Timothy the horse. I hope I remember that and not forget. know me, I'll probably forget. Doesn't that look nice? I think that looks nice. Yeah, sort of sets it apart. Nice. And I might sort of connect it to the original path. That's a big upgrade, I think. And I think I'll decorate the inside here with end rods. Nice. I like how this is coming together. It's making me happy. It's cheering me up as well. Let's make a little area for Timothy. For Tim. I think this corner section could do. I don't know how to feel about that as a wall. I don't know. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. He deserves a bit of light as well, I fear. Doesn't this look great? I'm really, really proud of this. I seriously am. I've got a great looking room here. Got a little horse for Timothy, horse pen for Timothy. Got this all grown up. I might go get the sugarcane and do that now before I forget. If I need 45 books for a full enchanting table setup, I need 3 times that in sugarcane. So 3 times 45 would be, what, 135. So I need just over 2 stacks of the old cane. And mind you, I'll need more in the future for when I do like fireworks and that. And that should be enough to make a full enchanting table setup. I just need a bit more leather. So maybe I'll go kill some cows quickly. I want to get these eggs too. Maybe I can make a cake. Because it's my birthday in about 8 months. I have just thought another thing to talk about other than the inevitable hopeless future that I see myself experiencing, which is 15, which is football. I mean, well, it's not about the team I support, Tottenham Hotspur, which I could go into another time maybe. And yeah, because Tottenham's been on a horrible run of losses and just hopeless performances, except in the Champions League where we seem to be doing alright. But anyway, football team, I've been the captain of the second team for the past 2 matches. First match of which I think we lost 7-1, and the second I think we lost 5-2. Honestly, when you start losing so bad, you start losing count of the score. But despite the awful losses, I really have enjoyed it. I tell you, getting out there and playing a bit of football, it really is good. It's lovely, you know. I've got another fixture coming up this week, I think, which hopefully I will be captain again, and I am looking forward to. But it's been lovely, and I just love seeing the happiness on my teammates' faces when they do a good move, and it's sort of a nice culture when you meet like nice opponents as well, and you have a chat with them and they're all right, you know. It's when the people are all right, the game is fun, you know. But sometimes you do get some really nasty people, you know. But you know, that's a part of it all. It is a part of it all. But it's been really fun, and despite them being away games, which means you have to travel like an hour or 2 on the bus, which isn't good for me because I've got motion sickness, but I have been alright so far. Just sitting on the bus and just chatting is great, you know. It's fun because, you know, you've got the sort of excitement beforehand, and then you can chat about the game afterwards and sort of think about, you know, oh, you know, when you did this, it was great. When you did that, it was amazing. It's fun. I enjoy it. And, you know, hopefully in university, if I get there, I can continue playing sport, especially football. Even though I won't be the best, but hopefully I'll be the one just enjoying it the most, because even when we were losing, you know, we scored a nice goal, and I was like, that's really good. And it just find the positives amongst the negatives, you know. He can literally escape. How can I prevent this? Let me get a fence. So if I put the enchanting table here, and then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and then I can do that. That should be plenty of room. I could put the grindstone there for when I don't get a nice enchantment. Should be 30. Nice. Look at that. I think that looks relatively alright. I can make that better in the future. Right, I am actually going to end it there. We've done a lot this video. I can do more enchanting next time. But yeah, look at this. Isn't it so nice? And we've done this up here. Lovely stuff. I can make that look better in the future too. We've got trees about. We've got Timothy there. I'm going to sleep and then I'm going to look at the balcony and then we can leave it there. Look at that. Lovely. Lovely stuff. But yeah, thank you for watching. I'm sorry that this video wasn't as exciting as the others, but I'm sure that next time I'll be back to my usual exciting ways. Good afternoon, or good evening. Well, wherever you are, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.